Hello friends, it has been, a while. Oops. So, I got back from visiting my family, and then I got a cold again, and was basically unable to do anything again for like a month. That was really cool. I tried recording this a few times, and it was all bad. It was all pretty terrible. The original story I was going to tell was about a different group of ex-friends that I knew, but while trying to record that and talk about it, I realized that it's really hard for me to talk about. I kept pausing and just sitting there in silence, feeling really gross about myself and upset, and I don't know, I think I have to work up to talking about that. I think it's just a lot to unpack. I think I'm just not ready to unpack that whole story yet. So instead, I'm gonna tell you guys about something that happened recently, a few months ago, and it was pretty terrible, pretty low point in my life. Good things came out of it, so I think that would make a better story time and just kind of a hopeful end to it. Here's some backstory. After the last friend group I was in, the one that ruined my life, essentially, I kind of had no friends for a while and started to make a new friend group eventually with some people that I considered some of my closest friends. A lot of the people in that group I had known for years. They were so kind and amazing. I still know a lot of them and we're still really close friends. Shout out to you guys for sticking with me and not hating my guts. Recently, a lot of them left. And I don't think that I am like the victim completely. I don't think I'm like this being who did nothing wrong and is just ooh-woo soft, did nothing wrong cinnamon roll, because that's stupid. Like, I obviously did something wrong and I'm gonna own up to that, but I don't know what I did. There are 6 people, I believe, that this incident occurred with. Now, one of them had sort of already left the group. They were already kind of gone, and it sucked, but like, it had already happened a while ago. They had already just kind of cut off from the group, and we were like, alright, fine. Like, I kept trying to contact them and talk to them, but they just weren't having it, so like, okay, friends drift apart. And that sucked, but okay, do your thing. The thing that sort of created this big event was somebody else leaving. We're gonna call this person Jay. So Jay had left the group, and this was a Discord server of really close-knit friends. And so they just left out of nowhere. We don't know why exactly. Well, at the time we didn't know why. So a lot of us were freaking out. We were like, oh god, what happened? Do they hate us? And a few of us have already had issues with friends just ditching us. So we kind of made a rule essentially of, hey, if you're gonna leave, say something, talk to us, don't just leave. And they just kind of went boop. We're like, oh lord, what happened? So I messaged them, obviously hurt by what they had done, as any person would be, I assume. I mean, if somebody you were pretty close to just upped and vanished. Their reasoning was they didn't feel like they were close to anybody in the group anymore. They didn't use the group. They didn't care. They kind of kept saying, oh, I'm sorry. You were hurt by this. Like, it's not my fault. You're the one that's hurt. So that was cool. And I was very upset by it, and it kind of created this drama within the group of, you guys shouldn't be so hurt by it, like, they're allowed to do what they want, and people going like, no, I'm allowed to be hurt by this because they just upped and left. Like, Jay just poofed on us and didn't seem to care. So that kind of made a divide. At the time, we had 2 groups, one for a guild for a game that we played, and then the friend group. Jay was still in the guild group, and when I expressed discomfort about having them still be in the guild and them just upped and leaving and just not giving any crap about the rest of us, somebody we're gonna call Shelly, she was like,
well, Jay's like our best person in the guild, like they do so much and they're so great.
That's a really dumb reason to keep somebody when they hurt other friends, but okay, fine, whatever. I'm not gonna create a big huff and puff about this. I explained my discomfort, and I eventually was like, whatever, fine. You know, you do your thing. I'm just not going to talk in that because I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to be around them. And I figured we were fine. I figured, okay, they know I'm uncomfortable. This person probably doesn't like me anymore because I yelled at them. I know that the way I yelled at them wasn't okay. I completely acknowledge that. But what they did next really sucked. So I'd assume that everybody was chill by that point. Like, you know, me and Jay didn't really like each other, but whatever. I ignored them. They ignored me. We all just hung out, played games. Same thing. No. And I thought this because we were all still doing that. We were all still hanging out. Me, Shelly, and another person who was in this event. Let's call Timmy. Let's call him Timmy. Shelly and Timmy, good friends, and like we were all just hanging out. We'd be in call late at night, just chilling. I assumed everything was fine. Like, why wouldn't I? It was pretty late at night. I was about to go to bed. Usually right before I go to bed, I check Discord a few times. I check like Tumblr and stuff, and they sent me into this private chat. And I was like, huh, that's weird. They said, hey, we gotta talk about the guild. So I figured, okay, that can wait until tomorrow. Like, if it's guild stuff, whatever. It's fine. And I was wrong. Again. Nope. They ended up leaving the chat out of nowhere, and then they left both the groups, both servers, out of the blue. Just completely gone. What? Why? When a lot of us kept trying to contact them about it, they would block the people. They didn't want to talk about it. They had completely blocked us. If they were still talking to the person in the friend group, then they were just like,
we don't want to talk about it.
Eventually we got some kind of information, and the information was basically Jay saying that I was still causing drama, that I was spreading rumors, that I was doing all of this crap that they had no proof of, and I wasn't. I had talked to 2 people about the entire event that it really just tore me up, but like I was just trying to keep it drama free. I just wanted to vent to a few people. It was 2 people. 2 people, that's it. One was my boyfriend and one was my really close friend. And that was it. That was the only 2 people I talked to about it. So like it was after I had initially said like, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, and then I just dropped it. I was done. I was like, okay, fine, like no more. But Jay wanted to turn that into me spreading lies, spreading rumors, causing more drama. That didn't happen. I didn't do that. So they left. Soon afterwards, another person left. We're gonna call them Amber. Amber had been a really good friend of mine. I really enjoyed her, but she kind of became a bit catty after a while, but we assumed maybe it was just emotions, things, you know, she was going through a lot of things, so we're like, it's fine, whatever. And then she just decided to leave. And before she left, she basically told me that I can go screw myself and that I am a terrible person and I manipulate friends and turn them into people and change them. And that
if anybody else wants to message her, they can, because she still wants to continue their friendship.
And again, I got no response as to what was going on. I didn't understand any of it, because I'm the kind of person where if I screw up, I want to know. I want to know what I did. I am always of the mind of improving myself, fixing what I do, because I know I'm not a perfect person, and I want to fix the things I do. In this friend group, we did remove a good few people. It was never initially my choice. It was because people had messaged me about it, and they would say like,
hey, so-and-so is making me uncomfortable. Can you host a meeting and can we get them removed? Or like, can they fix their issues?
And I was like, okay, fine. I mean, why can't you do it? But whatever, fine. I will be the mediator in this. So I can only assume she thought I was constantly just removing people because I didn't like how they were. When in reality, everybody else would message me and I would just have to go along with it. There were a few people that I genuinely didn't like, but I usually just give people all the chances in the world because that's how I am. I'm not gonna sit back and have my friends be uncomfortable because somebody else is being a heathen. They're relying on me to take action. So yeah, she left. She was gone. At this point, we had 5 people that were gone. And then finally, one last person who we just got sick of, in all honesty. She became very negative, very hateful. She constantly would talk about us on Twitter, about how none of her online friends were supportive, how every single man was the worst person ever. Just all of these negative, awful things. I don't think she wanted to confront any of us about her feelings. I think she just wanted to go away, and I just let her do it. So I decided to make a new friend group because I wanted all of those old memories gone. I wanted them gone. So I made a new friend group. With the same friends, it's just a new Discord server, because I didn't want to have to deal with seeing all of that years worth of like friendships ended and drama and hatred and hurt. I just didn't want it. So I made a new one. I told everybody where to go to join the new one. She clearly, didn't join it, so I gave it a few hours and then I deleted it. And she was gone. She did block me on Twitter. That's cool, but whatever. I think really the thing that just messed me up the most was when Timmy and Shelly left, because I thought we were such close friends, and for them to just leave without trying to properly talk about it, they apparently were going to try, but then they decided, nah, screw that, it's not worth it, and just left. Which is stupid to me. I think it's childish to just up and leave without saying a single word. I don't like that. If it's a big group of 100+ people and you're I want out of this, do you, man? But if it's a close-knit group of really close friends where you literally are doing movie nights all the time, you're hanging out, you're eating literally dinner together, in a call, and you just leave without a word, that's not okay. That's mean. During that, it was probably one of the top 5 worst months I had to go through, if I'm gonna be real, because during that time my computer died. It literally started catching itself on fire. So my usual way to cope and escape was just gone. I couldn't play games, I couldn't draw, I couldn't do anything. I was stuck in bed because I had to wait to fix my entire computer. So I had lost 6 really close friends. I was depressed, I was angry, everything sucked. However, something good came out of this. I think without my computer, I did have time to meditate on a lot of these feelings and just try and work through them on my own. And I'll be honest, sometimes when I think about these people, I get really depressed and angry. I don't want to just hide those feelings and mush them down and just avoid them and pretend everything's fine. That's not a good way around this either. That's how you just end up bottling every single feeling you have. During that time, I had joined a server of a YouTuber I liked, and things were going really great in that server. I had made some pretty good friends, and it was all pretty good. The entire event, I think, really kind of honestly messed me up, because now I'm really terrible at making new friends. Because I'm scared, if I'm gonna be honest. It's a huge reason I don't like DMing people or replying, because then it leads to a conversation, and I don't know how to continue that conversation. I don't know how to talk to people. I've become very terrified of people, which isn't okay, and it isn't good, and I'm trying to work at not being that way, but it still happened. And I think, the first step to recovery is admitting things. I know deep in my heart that I'm going to get better, that even if this bad experience affects me, I can still heal from it, I can still do better. If you are surrounded by people that do that to you or make you feel bad or are just acting really childish, I would suggest leaving. I would honestly suggest not being their friend. You don't have to stick around people you don't like. You really don't. And that's something that I've been trying to do more as I get older, is people who I genuinely do not enjoy or like being around, I just don't talk to. I just do not have the energy to deal with them. In the past, I would give people all the chances in the world, and I would try to be nice to anybody, even if they screwed me over constantly. And I would just give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't, try to be kind to everybody, because you should. You should always try to be kind. But if somebody keeps screwing you over and hurting you and mishandling your trust, don't be around them. If they make you feel bad, don't talk to them. You can leave. You have the choice to leave them. Friendship is supposed to make you feel happy. It's supposed to make you feel good. If your friends just keep making you feel terrible every time you talk to them, they're not friends. I think that's something that I've really had to learn the hard way, is that if people I am surrounded with do not make me happy, then they do not value my friendship and I do not value theirs. If people use me, they are not friends. And it's given me the ability to start seeing this sooner. I've been able to notice the red flags earlier. I think finally I've reached a certain point where I've taken off the rose-tinted glasses. I work very hard on being a good person. I work very hard on bettering myself and listening to the issues that I do. I work very hard on trying to be a good person. But being a good person does not mean I have to let people walk all over me and misuse my friendship. If somebody is using me and I don't like them and they are harmful to me, I have the choice to say no. I have the choice to walk away, and so do you. You always have the choice to walk away. I would love to give a big thank you to my patrons, Izzy, Shu Shu, and Weiss Vermeersch. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for doing the $10 tier. It means the absolute world to me. And all my other patrons, you guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for supporting me and loving me. You guys are the absolute best. I really couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video and just hanging out with me and letting me ramble. Again, I'm sorry I've been absent, but things sadly come up and life comes first. If you like this video, likes are cool. If not, it's fine. Until then, I shall see you guys next time, and do not forget to drink some water. Bye!